Let me move to my man, Rain Dakota Prescott. Put on my Dak hat. So I said on the show on Friday, I was making my predictions. I said Dak plays, Cowboys win. If Dak doesn't play, Cowboys lose. I changed that at the last second, kicking myself for doing that. But I changed my pick at the last second for in favor of Dallas, because I'm like, okay, I think they're going to control the clock. They're going to run the football. They're going to get a couple turnovers on defense, cash in the red zone. That did not happen. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Cowboys, ended their 4-game winning streak 26-17 to remain unbeaten at 6-0. Jalen Hurts played very well, right? Goes 15 for 25, only 155 yards, but he had a couple touchdowns, had a QBR 0 to 100 of 65, a passer rating of 104. He also ran for 27 yards, so in total he had sub 200. But what Jalen Hurts did, control the tempo of the game. And what the Eagles offense is doing and what they've done so well is, again, it's similar to kind of what I was just talking about with Josh Heupel at Tennessee. Making the offense simple, making it easy. You don't have to force Jalen Hurts, who's not a natural pocket passer, to make tough throws. And so when you look at how he played within Philadelphia's system and how he has all season, he's been excellent. Okay, these rollout passes to A.J. Brown, right? Getting the ball to tight ends and backs, getting himself involved in the run game. They are doing what you should always do, especially with a young quarterback, and really with any quarterback. Play to their strengths. You play to Jalen Hurts' strengths, you've got a chance with that roster. You got a chance to get all the way to Arizona for the Super Bowl. So when you look at this Philadelphia team with that defense, with that, the way they can run the ball, the way that they can hit explosive plays in the passing game, as great as they are situationally, this, to me, and I said it was between Philly and San Francisco for best team in the NFC. Folks, I'm not selling my stock on San Francisco because they're just too good. They're too good. They're too well coached. They're too loaded on defense. They got too many playmakers on offense. But Jimmy G, I'll get to Jimmy G a little later in the show. He did it again, folks. He had a typical Jimmy G game. You asked Jimmy G to win it? No mas. Philadelphia, to this point, has not asked Jalen Hurts to carry them yet, which, that's a good thing. If I'm an Eagles fan, I don't want Jalen Hurts to have to carry me. I don't want Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen to have to carry me. I want to make it as easy and as simple as I can for them, or as easy as simple as the NFL can be, at the very least. But moving on to the Dallas Cowboys, though. When you're having a discussion with somebody and you have a disagreement, okay? And we have those. It's okay to have civil discussions, which are never present on social media. But be that as it may, we can disagree on something, but I can see your point. Like, if you make points, I'm like, okay, I see why this person feels this way about something. Doesn't have to be sports. It can be anything. Okay, I sort of, from their perspective, I kind of get why they see something this way. Or it could be like on a second level where you're like, oh, gosh, I still don't really know what they're trying to get. I'm trying to understand, but I really can't. And then there's that third level where it's like, okay, this is just stupid. What they are saying makes no sense. It's dumb. I am right and they are wrong, and there's no question about it. I know not a lot of people did it, but a good enough portion of people did. Talk about how Cooper Rush should stay in for Dak Prescott once Dak gets healthy. And I kept telling y'all, the second Cooper Rush is asked to win a game, we'll see how good he is. And he was pretty bad, folks. I said, we have yet to see Cooper Rush in his career trail by double digits. He trailed by 4 against Minnesota in his only start last year for an injured Dak. He never trailed against Cincinnati. He trailed by 7 against the Giants. He trailed by 1 point in the second quarter against, the Washington Commanders. He never trailed against the Rams. I said, we have yet to really know how good this guy is. I mean, do we? When he doesn't have the supportive run game, when they're asking him to throw them back into it, what you get as a result is a sub 50% completion percentage, a buck 81 through the air, a touchdown, 3 interceptions, a QBR 0 to 100 of 32, and a passer rating, which, by the way, those of you who don't know, highest passer rating that a quarterback can get, a perfect passer rating is 158.3. Yeah, Cooper Rush at a 37.3. He wasn't very good. Is that the guy you want replace Dak Prescott? You sure about that? You sure? Because his arm is below average. His accuracy has never really been that good. I've been trying to say that for a while. Look at his completion percentage even leading into this game. It's sub 60%. It's not great. It's like Cam Newton level. Okay? He's a tad antsy in the pocket, especially under pressure. He's not as good at getting out of that as Dak is. And you have to cut off a certain area of your playbook for him. If he is playing within a structure, well, it's good. But I said after the Cowboys' first win over Cincinnati back in week 2, I said that this is how the Cleveland Browns won 11 games with Baker Mayfield back in 2020. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, the defense led by Myles Garrett, let Baker work off the play action on 2nd and 3rd and shorts. Okay? Don't put him in 3rd and 13 situations. Don't put him in position to make a mistake because Lord knows he'll make them. Okay? Don't put him in position to have to play from double digits behind. And you can win a lot of games. You can make the playoffs. Heck, you can even win a playoff game, which the Browns did that year on the road in Pittsburgh. But the second Cleveland asked Baker to win a game on the road in Kansas City against the Chiefs team with no Patrick Mahomes, nope, couldn't do it. Baker's a backup. So was Cooper Rush. Now, honestly, today, I'd honestly take Cooper Rush over Baker Mayfield. I'm not kidding. But the fact that people actually thought that this team could go anywhere with Cooper Rush at quarterback, the fact that people thought, hey, listen, this could be, it's like, this is how Dak got his job, in 2016 for an injured Tony Romo. Yeah, except Dak was 3rd in the NFL in QBR behind the guy who won MVP, Matt Ryan, and the guy who finished 2nd for MVP in Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Dak led the Cowboys to 13 wins, including an 11-game winning streak. Dak also had the best touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL. Yeah, Dak also went toe-to-toe, throw for throw with Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers. He even had a great Thanksgiving Day showdown with Kirk Cousins. I mean, Cooper Rush's best win is against Joe Burrow, who was sacked 7 times. I'm sorry, 6 times. When he wasn't asked to go win the game for us, go throw us back into a game, which we've seen Dak do time and time again. But fear not, Cowboy Nation. Help is on the way, as the great Shannon Sharp once said back in the 90s. Help is on the way because, according to multiple sources, including the main source, Dak Prescott, the plan is, in Dak's own words, that it'll start next week against the Detroit Lions. Now, first of all, it's a great game for Dak to start because he gets to build back his rhythm, build his confidence, playing a Detroit Lions team that has the worst scoring defense in the NFL, build his rhythm, and then, by the way, week after, Chicago Bears. How the Bears look, okay? Bears aren't a very good football team, and that's another home game. And then you get a bye before you go to Green Bay. So I'm seeing a lot of negativity on Cowboys social media. I'm like, why? Okay, you almost beat the undefeated Eagles with Cooper Rush at quarterback, with Cooper Rush throwing 3 interceptions. You still had a chance to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, despite the Mike McCarthy special, 10 penalties. You had him on the ropes. Only trailed by 3 at one point early in the 4th quarter. And as CeeDee Lamb said after the game, and now you get Dak back? Oh, it's on Christmas Eve, Eagles fans. I'm just here to tell you that right now. But, and again, something else too for Cooper Rush. It isn't like Philadelphia took away the running game. Okay? Cowboys averaged 5 yards a run. Zeke was great 13 carries for 81, 6 yards per carry, had a great touchdown run. Tony Pollard looked pretty good. Offensive line, to me, I've said all season, the shock of the Cowboys this season for me has been the offensive line. With all of the injuries that they have had, it seems like they built a level of continuity. Tyler Smith has been very good. Jason Peters, in the limited snaps he's played, has been good. Okay, Zach Martin has had another typical Zach Martin Pro Bowl level season. Cooper Rush did his job. If you told me when Dak went down that the Cowboys are going to win 4 out of 5 games in Dak's absence with Cooper Rush at quarterback, who on earth wouldn't take that? Again, I compared it over and over to 2019. Drew Brees suffers the same thumb injury Dak Prescott suffered. Teddy Bridgewater steps in, 5-0. And so Drew Brees comes back. The Saints are rolling. They're feeling good about themselves, and they pick up right where they left off. That's what the Cowboys have an opportunity to do with Dak returning next week. And so actually, I decided, let's start a trend. We're going to start a trend. We're going to start a hashtag here on Carving It Up Live and see if we can't get it to trend all the way here from beautiful Tennessee, the home of the third-ranked Volunteers, all the way to Jerry World. Okay? Get it on T-shirts, on hats, on hoodies, on everything. You ready for this? Here we go. Return of the Dak. That's what we got. Hashtag Return of the Dak. You know the song, Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac. It's Return of the Dak. That's what we're doing. So go and get that trending on social. Okay? I'll do my best to get it going. And y'all can help me out. Help this get all the way to Dallas, Texas for the return of Dak Prescott. Again, I will repeat what Shannon Sharpe said back in the 90s when the Broncos were kicking the Patriots' behinds. Shannon Sharpe is on the phone. Help is on the way. Help is on the way, Dallas. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Don't be too negative. Listen, Mike McCarthy is still the head coach, and there's a lot of limitations that comes with that. Okay, why he didn't challenge the CeeDee Lamb missed first down in the first half and decided to go for it and got stopped short. It's a typical Mike McCarthy play. It is a typical job of him being completely and utterly clueless about game situation. But that's what you're not telling me anything. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. This is who Mike McCarthy is. So you just got to live with that. It is what it is in that department. But I thought Micah Parsons played well. Trayvon Diggs had his moments. Dorrance Armstrong, who, by the way, has quietly had a very good year, played well. Leighton Vander Esch had a good game. So there are still some positives to take away from this game for the Cowboys. By the way, they trailed 20-3 at halftime. A lot of teams with their backup quarterback would have given up. Dallas didn't. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube. Be sure to click that big red subscribe button and go check out the other clips and full shows of Carving It Up Live. Have a blessed day.